What the f did I just watch? What was that? What? Cuckoo! What up? It's your boy Easy 11, and I kinda showed up today. Well, yeah, I showed up, but I didn't want to. Today I'm gonna be reviewing that movie called Mortal Kombat. I guess it was supposed to be a representation of the video game. I guess. Let me get this straight. Arguably one of the two top fighting video games out there, and it didn't go all out? Did you provide bare minimum? Well, let's get to it. Let's find out. Okay. Well, was that? I mean, like, you gotta understand. When I heard the movie was coming out and they showed the trailer, it had so much high hopes. The nostalgic Mortal Kombat players from maybe 20 years of experience, or probably a little bit more than that. 20 years, about 25, 28 years. What is it? 1994-ish to 91, 92, 93. Not too sure, but I believe that was when the game came out, around that time. Yeah, let's talk about it. Like, what the freak was this? Damn, did y'all drop the ball? I mean, the opening scene was great. It was beautiful. I'm like, this is a little bit too beautiful. And then it was really quiet. And then I'm like, this opening scene is a little bit too quiet. So I was waiting for like an unexpected battle to occur. I was waiting. It was really obvious from the trailer that the guy was Scorpion. So he was out there gardening with his beautiful family, and he had the tattoo. So you figure, like, who is this guy? I mean, what's this going to be about? So you know something's coming. You know something's about to spoil this beautiful day. Atmosphere, the ambience. Ambience is a mood of the environment, and I guess ambience is the atmosphere. I hope I got that correct. Okay, but yeah, the ambiance of the situation. It felt like it was a Sunday. I thought it was like, damn, they coming to fight this dude on a Sunday? Jeez, it was like a nice peaceful day. All right, so after figuring out what's about to happen, you figure out, all right, that's definitely Scorpion, and then when you figure out or find out, because I guess you don't figure out because there wasn't enough clues in the beginning, but when you find out that that's Hanzo Hasashi, you know that that's Scorpion. So then, in the midst of the peace, you hear a lot of commotion in the background, and then Sub-Zero appears because I guess Hanzo, Scorpion, this plot design reason for him to have to go and fetch some flowers or a bucket of water. I'm not too sure what it was, but it was something in the garden that was not there, that he had to go all the way to another part of the garden, around another part of the state. Like, okay, you know, but I guess you don't think that a clan of experienced ninjas are coming to assassinate you and your family and your little daughter and your son and stuff. You're not going to expect that on your Sunday, if it was a Sunday. So Sub-Zero comes in and he's intimidating the little boy in a weird way, because he just, like, he looks at, I guess, Scorpion's son, and he has the icicle, like, it ascends, it emerges from the palm of his hands, and it's in a gruesome way. It was like really gratuitous, and I was like, I like that's what Mortal Kombat is based on, all of that gratuitous violence. So, it protrudes, the icicle protrudes out. It protrudes out his hand, and it's freaking the kid out. It's freaking me out too. But I'm just wondering, like, I'm like, all right, they trying to make this realistic, because you can't be having no ice balls, shooting out your body without no type of like blood or exit wound or anything. So then it just cuts, and then you see Scorpion walking back to his house, and you know it's something bad gonna happen. And I'm like, dang. So he walks up and he sees an image. It's an image that gets more vivid as he gets closer and closer. And then he recognized that it's just Scorpion work that he's seen. And the work that he's looking at, it was his wife and son. And they were like frozen with like the sword, like It was like impelled. Yeah, that's what it is. That's the word I'm looking for. Impelled. They had it was like they were frozen and then they were impelled, or maybe they were impelled first and then they were like frozen solid together, and it just looked at like horrifying. It was a horrifying scene. I can't even understand like how to even react to that in that moment. My wife, son, and I are attacked like that. You best believe gonna be some problems after that. He goes in a rage, in a belligerent, non-conscious rage, looking for a Sub-Zero, as anybody would. When she sensed, excuse me, let me back up. When the mother, when Scorpion's, I guess, wife, I don't know, girlfriend, wife, I don't know how they was doing it back in the days. Like, maybe they wasn't getting married. Maybe that was one of his side chicks. I just don't know. The lady, she hid the child, Sub-Zero's child, and the little part of the floor was like a secret hidden compartment there. It was very convenient. But I guess during those times and whatever background they do, I don't know if they might be out there on the block selling a few things. I don't know what they're doing, but whatever they were doing, they were expecting to get raided and happen to hide and put and store stuff in the floor. So we'll leave it at that. Yes, she put the baby down there. So Scorpion, he goes to fight Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero's just mocking him. Okay, so the Shiri Ryu, I guess that's Sub-Zero's dojo or clan. And then when they were fighting, it was straight Mortal Kombat style. Like they were getting hit, especially Scorpion. I thought he should have been dead. He got stabbed in the shoulder, like neck. And you know, Mortal Kombat style, nothing happened. Like 5 minutes later, he just brushed it off. But I did think the violence and the gore was needed for a Mortal Kombat game. Without it, it would be just something else. So I understand that. I'm not really like a gory type of person. Sometimes, you know, some of the horror movies, you know, you gotta have a little gore. I actually laugh at the bogus gore, like if it's excessive amounts of blood out of a laceration that shouldn't be there, or like a gunshot wound and it comes off as the impact hit the right side and then all the damage is on the left. Yeah, I find things like that amusing. Yeah, they were beating the hell out of each other, and I guess Scorpion figured that he killed them. Shit, I would have made sure, but he left. Sub-Zero figured that he killed Scorpion because how much blood and stuff was on the floor, so he just left him. You see Scorpion somehow plot design as he was dying, about to get dragged to hell. I guess he heard his little baby crying, and he was like crawling to the baby, bloody and all leaking, couldn't make it, and just passed out before he got there. And then his body just like got grabbed and just teleported to hell. After the scene takes place out of nowhere, Raiden just appears. What the? Where you come from? You couldn't help 10 minutes ago before Scorpion got ambushed? Oh no, I am the righteous God Raiden. I cannot interfere. Well, Raiden, when you come in and take the baby, you're interfering. And you know, certain parts of this movie, he up here teleporting people left and right. I was thinking to myself, like, I thought he couldn't interfere. I mean, wait, let's backtrack a little. Bro, dude, you came down and you took that child. I'm not too sure, but that's called interfering. At least it wasn't like a American style whitewash Raiden, because Raiden's Asian, some type of Asian descent. But to be honest, Christopher Lambert from the original adaptation of Mortal Kombat in 1995, Christopher Lambert was a better Raiden for me. I'm sorry, but it is the truth. And I mean, whether race or ethnicity, it's about the performance, and he had a better performance. But the lore and what's more logical and rational, Raiden would have to be Asian. So I understand it. But the guy sucked. He was terrible. His eyes were spooky. He walking around with these special effect eyes that they thought probably would be cool. That has this huge appetite for Mortal Kombat lore. But no. Everybody that I spoke to, and I had company over that day, and people were really offended that they would make a movie like that without certain, like for instance, the one guy that always says, "Get over here." Is it like this or like, get over here? He's an American white guy. He signs a lot of like autographs just for saying "get over here," but he's pretty famous for that. That phrase is just his phrase, and Scorpion can have a whole different accent or voice, but that one particular phrase, he always says it. I believe he said it always from Mortal Kombat 1. I'm not too sure, maybe. But yeah, a lot of people were maybe upset with the "get over here" because it sounded funny. You know? Get over here! It didn't sound the same. But yeah, Raiden, get out of here with these, I don't know what's his ideologies that he's trying to produce and put on everybody, because he says, I cannot interfere. I'm God Raiden. Sure. Okay, the controversial points. The dude Cole. Well, people are like, and I must have to agree. Who the is that? Who is this Cole? Okay, so the producers or maybe the writers wanted to give us an easy way to have an audience point of view, so they just threw this character Cole there. I was going to give him a chance at first, but as you can probably see, as my body language is showing, I was disgusted because it was a atrocious performance for the ages, maybe, because the anticipation for this kind of movie is not one of my high anticipated movies. I want to see this year, 2021, Matrix 4. I want to give the LeBron Space Jam a chance. It doesn't look like it's. I'm not comparing them to the first and the second. They're like different, but it's just like in that small arena area, it just seemed a lot of compact. They doing outside. Seems compact in the movie, but yeah, and maybe The Conjuring 4. I don't know. That looks like a little just a popcorn and soda movie. It's not gonna be too interesting. And after the fourth, when you get to the fourth movie, that's when the writers and the actors are all exhausted. This one made us our franchise, so we got to do it. It's gonna give us a lot of money, but they didn't put much effort into the writing. I hate when people do that, but that's what The Conjuring 4 is gonna be. I know that is like these last few years with these horror movies, they didn't put much effort into it. Let's get back to the story. It was a lot of anticipation for this Mortal Kombat movie, and this Cole dude, he didn't show up. I didn't like it. And then he getting beat up. I thought it was his sister, but it was his daughter. They looking like they could be in the same spectrum age group, like on the same line on the spectrum. But yeah, that was his daughter, and his wife. She said, "I don't even watch. Like, you get beat up too much. It's too brutal." And on the other hand, you could think of it as a caring wife. I'm pretty sure that must be tough on, like, if a wife loves her husband and he chooses a profession that is just damaging, detrimental to his body and health. Yeah, I don't see a wife supporting that, so I can understand that. Yeah, he was getting his ass kicked. Damn, and then you see Jax coming in, lurking from the background. It's like they rushed it. They didn't I'm like, why is Jax here? I thought it felt like a scene was missing where maybe him and Sonya was in a research lab and they had Cole's name down and they figured out where he was at and how they was gonna go and interact and try to recruit him. I guess that's what they were trying to do. But yeah, Jax just appears there with this. I don't know, it's kind of sexual. It looked like to me he had like this sexual stare. Like, bro, you are too excited. Calm down to be looking at that other man like that. Like, jeez. He looking at him and then he just, out of nowhere, he waits for the match to be over and Cole lost. So, when you lose a match, you're trying to get up out of there and you're in not the best of moods. And then Cole just say, "Hey, man, do you have a special tattoo?" I'm paraphrasing and he didn't say that in those exact words, but it was just odd. Like, he showed him the tattoo. It was weird. Like, bro, that's kind of personal. And him going along with it, agreeing, actually, applying to what he was saying. I'm like, what the heck? You showing him this? You don't even know this guy. I thought that was really strange. So, how does he even get him? Somehow they end up in a car together. Oh, no, he goes to see. Oh, all right. So then he goes to see his wife. Because she didn't want to watch that match. She didn't want to see him get beat up, or maybe she just don't like that kind of sport. It's too violent. And she had dinner and stuff ready for them. And Cole came over with his daughter, and then you just see these. It started snowing out of nowhere, and I already knew. I said, "Wow!" And the trailer gave help me out figuring this scene, what was about to happen. And it started snowing a little bit. I'm like, okay, Sub-Zero's coming. And I guess what? I thought like at this point, at that very moment, I thought Cole was the little baby that Raiden came and scooped up. So I was like, oh, Sub-Zero coming to finish off the job. And then Jax comes out of nowhere. Where the fuck was Jax? Was you following him? I mean, when you went to go and see him and he said he'll catch you later, was you gonna follow him? Like, if Sub-Zero didn't show up, were you gonna go to his house with binoculars? Shit, that's weird. It never fails. It never fails. With the proverbial black man quote, motherfucker. Like Jax, he kept saying it like in odd times and places, but I guess they say, all right, we gotta get in there. So whatever. And then the rapport, the trust, the Jax and Cole's connection happened way too rapid for me because he just suddenly trusts them. But I guess if this guy with supernatural powers is coming through with icicling people to death, decapitating people and pelling them with icicles and stuff. So I guess I would be receptive to getting help from anybody that has any information on what's going on. So I'll give that the movie pass. Okay, it was plot design for them to get together. Scorpion hunts them down somehow. Because Jax picks them up, Cole and the family in the car, and then he tries to escape. And then they were driving for a little while, but somehow Sub-Zero, I guess he has teleporting skills, don't they? He does teleport. Is that Scorpion that teleports? Or Shane's son. I'm not too sure. But some bizarre movie reason, plot design. He was there at a location, and I guess Jax decides Cole is the most importing. No, we don't want to import anything. Pronunciation. But is Cole the most important fighter in Mortal Kombat's history because Jax suddenly just wanted to sacrifice himself? I guess, or maybe he felt that he could beat Sub-Zero, but he didn't even have like the Jax arms or anything yet. He just was like some regular guy. Okay, you want to fight Sub-Zero? Go ahead. As soon as I seen that happen, and the way how Sub-Zero was lowering him into the warehouse, like, okay, whatever. So he goes inside, and suddenly the whole warehouse is like, I guess, designed by Sub-Zero, because everything has like these icicle designs. So to make a long story short, Sub-Zero kicks this guy's butt like he should and freezes both of his arms and rips them off and kicks him down to the pit. Well, not the Mortal Kombat pit with the spikes, but it was like, it was a huge hole in the ground. I don't know why that was there, the warehouse, and just kicked him down there. Psh, yeesh, go away. Shang Tsung has this dialogue about him wanting to cheat the tournament. I didn't like that part. I'm like, damn, this is Mortal Kombat. It's like, you're not supposed to want to cheat. It's your people against their people, and you find it out and you settle your differences in Mortal Kombat for the fate of the world. Very simple. Holy Jade! Who is that? I know who that is, because while I was watching the movie, I had to look up who that was. Like, who is this? That's a shame y'all couldn't see. Y'all couldn't see, because Jade, she has like, I guess, bilateral slashes on both of her cheeks that extend really far. I guess, like, if she get really mad, she could extend her mouth like a snake. All right. You know what? It's Melina. I said Jade. I'm thinking about it, and I hope I'm correct, because I don't play these new Mortal Kombat. Was it up to 11 now? I stopped my passion from playing Mortal Kombat. Like Mortal Kombat 3, and that's when I probably stopped like having a passion to play the game. But yeah, Melina was the one with the yes, yo. So if you guys haven't noticed, that girl is fine as hell. I seen her, I'm like, damn shit, you can come and bite me, Melina. Here, you need some blood? Come bite me. Cause she got her short and stuff, but yeah, I was watching. I had to look up who that was, cause I'm like, damn, I seen she had all the dark makeup on and the blood and shit. I seen how fine she was. God damn, Melina. Shit, I forgot her real name in real life, but yeah, she was fine as hell. Jeez, sexy ass Melina. Woo. Oh, okay. So they seem to miraculously develop this team chemistry. I didn't like they all came from different parts of the world, and then they just like instantly they could have had one scene or something to develop this to make it more believable. Man, I didn't want to throw my disbelief out the window for this kind of movie. I guess I would have to because it's Mortal Kombat, but what I mean is what I'm used to. Because Mortal Kombat, we all know how extreme Mortal Kombat is. It's not too realistic. But they knew each other moves and how to help each other and what each other likes and dislikes was when it came to like fighting styles. Like say if one person was fighting, if they were having a match, I can't say a match because the tournament didn't exist. It was just like random street fights out of nowhere. It would just appear. Like I didn't even know they had these powers like Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung, who was it? Somebody else, maybe Melina. They just appear out of nowhere. Yeah, let's fight. I didn't even know they could do that like that. I didn't like that part. That dynamic of the movie with them having to have this correlation so soon. It was like underdeveloped. It was premature, and that's how it felt. They made it typical gimmick kind of movie. Like, oh, we all together. Let's save him. Let's power it up. Yeah, I didn't like that part. No, there was some bright parts. Now there was bright parts. The character from the movie, I guess, from what I was seeing from other people's response to the movie, is Kano. The only bright spot, like the person that everybody liked the most, it was Kano. He was great. Kano was great. As I was watching it in real time, I'm like, yo, this guy's funny as hell. It was a few oddly placed jokes. The comedy was like forced. Like I guess some of the maybe like producers with writers were trying to figure out like Goro can't get us over just by yourself. They're gonna have some comedy in there, and comedy was good from Kano. I'm trying to think what to say. Well, he started off on the side of the good guys. That was odd. I'm like, okay. So, because once I see now, I'm like, oh, I see where this is going. I'm waiting for him to backstab him, and you know what's coming up. But yeah, Kano was great. He was really funny. Really, really funny in that. I liked. Where did Liu Kang come from? What was that? After some lackadaisical, after this unenthusiastic fight that Kano had with Reptile, I don't even know how Reptile found them in Sonya's hidden spot. It seemed like she put a lot of work in there because Cole couldn't even find him. But Reptile just appears there, and Kano had a few funny scenes. I mean, definitely when Sonya accidentally hit him in the leg with the knife or machete. I don't know what that was. And that was funny. And he kills Reptile. I don't like that phase of Reptile. I like the lower phases of Reptile before he evolutioned into this full humanoid lizard, I guess. Would it be lizard? Because he was Reptile, so he'd be a chameleon because he did shapeshift, right? Am I tripping? Did Reptile shapeshift in the first one? I know the newer players, they probably used to this Reptile fighter, but I think he shapeshifted. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Maybe it was Solo Shang Tsung that did it. But yeah, Kano rips his heart out. It was lackadaisical. It was like he had like paper thin skin. It seemed so easy, like no resistance. He rips his heart out. Yeah, Kano wins. Okay. So they gotta find Raiden's lair. What kind of MacGuffin? What reason was the MacGuffin for? Like it was something they needed to find to get the answers to where they needed to go. I forgot what it was. I'm getting this out a little late. Like I've been watching it maybe the day after it came out, but I was doing so much other stuff that I didn't even get to talk about this review. And I wanted to talk about this because there's a few other things that I got to talk about. I got stuck because I realized I got this gameplay that I got to do later. I was gonna play the Left 4 Dead game. If you guys happen to have some time and want to check me out on my other channel, where it's pretty funny things go down there, where I play a lot of video games and review video games and review news, video game news. Excuse me 1 second, my people. Eat It Controllers. That's my gaming channel where I play scary games, good games. I play video games on my other channel, Eat It Controllers. If you want to check me out, yeah. So they had to find this damn lair. Cause what is it? Is it a lair or a lair? Or a lair? Because I know that there's two different meanings for them. I know you pronounce them. They needed to find Raiden's lair. Oddly, they had to find it in the middle of... Damn, another message? Jeez. I'm gonna have to speed this up. I do gotta get out of here. I gotta buy something, and I've been having these phobias about going shopping now because I tried to pick up these Kyries, these sneakers about 2 weeks ago, and the line was around the corner. If I remember, I gotta take some of the footage I had because I had to record it on my cell phone. Like, that was outrageous.
Yo. On here for this line for the Kyrie 5s. This is crazy. I didn't even know. I thought I was coming on the low. I just found out these came out yesterday, but little did I know it was like this out here. Oh yeah, the store is around the corner, so yeah, I'll be on a little mission. Well, got some stuff packed up, little snacks and stuff, because it's looking like I'm gonna be out here for a while. Alright.
And I might put it in this this upload. Maybe. Yo, you know, it was odd because it was in Manhattan. I'm from Queens, and it was in like uptown Manhattan. And there's I guess there's like not too many black maybe not too many black people in that neighborhood. It's just the way it is. It's not that it's anything racist going on or any problems or anything. It's just not too many over there. So I'm on the line. I'm waiting to get my sneakers, and it's around the corner. And it's yeah, it's no other way else to put it without sounding offensive. So I don't want to offend anybody. But he was a white kid. Like, yeah. So the white kid. The white guy. Trying to say this without sounding like offensive, but sound like I'm making it more offensive. So this white guy, he just comes up in front of me, and it's a long line. I don't even know why it was me, and I don't think it was anything about racist. I don't think he was trying to be racist, even though there are racist people out there. But this particular situation, I don't think so. But I gotta just point out that like it was a few black people there, and like me, I'm closer to 6'4", you know, like solid or whatever. And it was like this white guy, maybe like 5'7", and he just comes in front of me with bags, and he just stands in front of me, and I'm like, what the? It was too funny to me. Like, I just let it rock at first because I had to see how this was gonna play out because it was so amazing to me. I'm like, wow, this is really either this guy really thinks as I'm like a punk, or these guys are like racist, and they're just like, nah, you can't be on the line, we're just gonna skip you. I couldn't figure out what was going on, so I had to wait for a while because it was too funny. He's like 5'7". I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, I would take him and remove him from my personal space, but I didn't want to go that far. But you know, in every situation, you got to analyze it. Like, what's the next step? So I had to ask him. I'm like, my man, I'm here. He just says, oh, I was behind the lady and stuff. He just made up this reason for being in front of me. He immediately like got out of my way once I said something immediately. But that wasn't the point. It's just like, I'm going shopping today, and it's becoming dreadful. It's like tedious work doing this, going shopping. And the line was around the corner, so I don't want to go through none of that today. I'm not trying to get anything like sneakers or anything exclusive. This isn't any release dates today, so I shouldn't have that problem. But I thought that was funny. He just was like in front of me. Out of everybody, it was long lines and everybody, and I had to question myself because I'm like, because sometimes I'll be dressing, I come out there, I come a little fly, like. So I'm like, oh, people probably think, he's harmless or whatever. So he was in front of me, and I'm like, wow. things have changed. I'm about to get out of here. I gotta go shopping for this particular summer shirt and shorts to match this these sneakers that I got. I want to wear sometime in July, so I'm gonna do that. Get back to this. Yeah, so what got me on that rant just now was like the disbelief from Liu Kang. You just appeared in a fucking desert out of nowhere, because that's what I was getting into. They're chasing this MacGuffin, and they end up in this wide range desert, and then from afar you see Liu Kang coming to approach them and take them there. I'm like, bro, where did you come from? Like, was you out here for hours in the desert? I don't see any chairs or no tents to block off the sunlight, so the UV rays to your skin must be high. Like, you must have to see a doctor or something. No ice cold lemonade, no like little pool to splash and get nothing. He just walk into them, bro. I was about to be done with the movie there, and I was like, bro, they could have. What I mean by they could have done better. They could have had Liu Kang beat up with the group better, like out of nowhere by nearly the middle of the movie approaching. He's just walking. They're walking in the middle of the desert and meet, and everything's all cool, and everybody's okay with that. Okay. So then they get taken to Raiden's lair, and I don't know what happened in between. I think Melina showed up. Oh, beautiful self. She was fine as hell with them sharp teeth and blood dripping there. She dripped some of that on me. Damn. So they showed up, and then Kung Pao, that's what Kano called Kung Pao chicken when they were at a table. Kano was funny, he was so funny. But Kung Lao appears out of nowhere, teleports out of his hat, and just saves them, helps Liu Kang. I know how special he is, but I never put him over Liu Kang, never in my book. They were there to discover their powers. I guess it was a better approach at this than Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation. How Nightwolf had Liu Kang, and it was like a desert area also to find his animalology, to develop his inner powers. And this one, they just come out of, it's like, say you're doing a project or you're painting or you're stacking something up, and then you just feel a little itch. Whoa, I got Mortal Kombat powers. That's how it came across to me. They could have done that better. Like the way Kano got his laser eye. I didn't like that. So you know it was coming. Kano backstabbed them. The anticipation was high for that. No shocker there. But then the way they do Goro, Prince Goro, isn't he like the prince? His royalty in Outworld. He was the second boss in the original Mortal Kombat game. This guy was hard as hell. Pause. His skills of fighting, it was difficult to become victorious fighting this guy. So this dude just appears out of a barn. Somebody had to point that out to me. This is Goro. And he just appears out of a barn hiding, waiting to surprise Cole for an ambush attack. I guess, whatever. So Cole develops his powers during the fight, which is some type of armor. Some type of manifest armor. I don't even know where it got conjured up from, but it appeared on his body. He had a nightstick in what was that? A blade or something, and he kills Goro and sticks the self-manufactured nightstick in Goro's eye, and then he finished him. That was disgusting. There's too many atrocious situations that happened that's occurring during this. This is a hideous experience watching this movie. Like, this is Goro. So he finishes Goro like a non-name extra, like Putty number 344 in Power Rangers. He finishes this guy off like he means nothing. So then I'm like, what is this? So Cole is going to be almighty, which that didn't happen. And I think his daughter helped him out. It was like getting cheesy. She was like, yeah, Dad, hit him with the uppercut and a right and a left. And at the end, I think he did, he didn't do all of that. But yeah, it was pretty pathetic. She was like cheering him on and giving him pointers during the fight. So how great could he be? Because she had to tell him, no, Dad, hit him with your uppercut. what's that? This is Mortal Kombat. I gotta be more prepared. My battery keep dying, so during this review, I gotta keep on changing or fixing or starting this battery. What I wanted to say was Jack's arms. They were pathetic. Like, that was disgraceful. They have the way he got it ripped off. Then they gave him the little baby arms, but the way he got his full arms, and they still did not like the video game. They weren't too intimidating, but he got the bigger arms eventually at the end. But the way it happened, like the situation with Sonya in danger, and you happen to help her up, and the only way you could help her, stop her from the only way you could prevent her from being killed. You just develop your powers, and if I'm not mistaken, you get your your ripped off, mutilated arms, you're getting them enhanced, and that's your powers. So it was like a big moment, like, oh, Jack's got his powers. Oh, just some arms. Okay, what the fuck was that? Holy shit, what the fuck? Cole came back, and then Shang Tsung, he kills Kung Lao. It was supper. I do need some supper. I didn't eat anything. And you know what? Before I go shopping, I just thought about it. I am going to eat something out the kitchen first before I go, because I'm a little hungry. I can get something once I get there, but I'm not going to make it there. And then once you go on an empty stomach, before you do your shopping, you like focusing on the wrong stuff. I'll probably get some nasty stuff that I shouldn't be eating. Yeah. They was building Kung Lao up, and the way how Shang Tsung killed them. Shang Tsung didn't express any type of powers during the whole movie, and out of nowhere he says, "Your soul is mine," and he kills him. Okay, get this BS out of here, please. Finally, the climax of the movie, right? So the whole time we thought, like, all right, it's gonna be this big Sub-Zero Scorpion fight. Yeah. Dun. Oh yeah, it wasn't even the Mortal Kombat theme, which we all love from 1995, that has little sprinkles throughout the rest of these adaptations, or whatever you want to call these movies. And they didn't even have it. I think they had a little bit of it at the very end credits. Like, what the hell was that for? Most people left in the middle of the movie. Like, they're like, what the hell? I paid for this crap. I mean, the themes was kind of like Disney, DC, Marvel style, kinda ish. It's weird. It was like more core and like a techno. A fast-paced techno movie. No, it was more slower, more Disney and happy. While they were fighting so violently, it didn't make much sense. Scorpion comes out of nowhere. I'm back, descendants from my family. To Cole, he's fighting him, and Sub-Zero has Cole's family frozen. They should have been dead, like by hypothermia by now. But Cole is trying to rescue them, and he ends up helping Scorpion fight Sub-Zero, so it takes two of them to beat Sub-Zero. I didn't know Sub-Zero was pretty almighty. He's like a fan favorite, but he wasn't like up there with Goro, Raiden, and Shang Tsung. But this one make him like he's up there, or if not better than them. So they end up. Did they kill him? Did Kano kill Kano? Oh yeah, Kano got killed by Sonya in some Home Alone trap house situation. I don't know what that was. I don't know what Sonya's powers was. Well, this is what happened. Sonya, she was in this like house, this Home Alone style house, meaning she had it pre-prepared with traps and underground backdoor booby traps. So then she kills Kano. I guess she develops power because somehow she's teleported back to Cole fighting Melina, and then Jade just kills her. Very fast. They didn't even have a fight. You just killed her. She just had a hole in her stomach. I'm like, what the? That's what they did to that beautiful girl. And even if she wasn't beautiful, like, that's how they just end Melina. Like, it was. They have to jump Sub-Zero at the end. And what I mean by killing him, I don't know if they killed him because he seemed burnt up, and Sub-Zero fatality him. It was a fatality, and you know the one, you take his skin off, you got the skeleton. He didn't even have the skeleton, it was like a regular face. I believe so, I hope I'm not wrong. No, he might have had the skeleton, I think. I'm not too sure. That movie was so pathetic to me. It made me nauseous watching it. So then he burns them, and then Shang Tsung, Raiden comes, and then Shang Tsung appears, and he's like, you didn't do the tournament correctly, and blah, 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 blah. And then Shang Tsung makes it seem like they're dead but not dead. So then you see Kano and Sub-Zero body just get taken away mysteriously somehow, teleported to where, I don't know, but I guess they'll be back in the next one. I guess that's how Kano will have his android, his cyborg face, maybe. Oh, your big man Raiden. I thought he doesn't interfere with the humans and stuff. Well, Shang Tsung was there, and Shang Tsung seemed like he was about to fight or start more trouble, and then Raiden just teleports him somewhere, back to Outworld or back home. I don't know what that was. These guys was all over the place with this shit. This crap. The fuck was this? Shit. I didn't know, and I didn't know how much that iconic get over here, how important that was to have, because the other one sucked. My expectations were let down, but at least the choreography was like more Korean based. It was more believable, like not on some American style, so that was good. The way I feel, Raiden didn't even have to be in this in the movie. Like Raiden didn't even have to be in it. Like I don't even know what this guy did. But okay, so I guess I gotta give it Raiden. Not a Raiden, a rating. We don't want a Raiden. Raiden, you could go and work for Con Edison somewhere. Raiden, get your electrician butt out of here. But I would give it around a 5. You know, I can't call it horrible, the worst movie I've seen, and I can't call it a great movie. So I would categorize it as something you just see with some friends if you want to laugh, at some funny parts, or be entertained with some cool special effects and cool death scenes, because those were okay. But other than that, wasn't for me on a scale of judging wanting a correct adaptation of Mortal Kombat. I was not satisfied. So that's about it. I'm about to end this. I'm about to go shopping now, or maybe get something to eat before I go shopping. I want to thank you guys for checking me out. Check out my channel. And you can check out my video game channel. It's Heated Controllers. But thank you for checking me out on today's review of Mortal Kombat, if that's what we're going to call this. And I appreciate you watching. All you guys, it's a good summer coming. Good summer? Shit, I don't know what's a good summer anymore. 2020. This is 2021. There wasn't that many great things occurring. So hopefully this is a good summer. Hopefully everybody enjoys their summer, does correct things. Because I guess after the summer, everything should be fully back to normal. I guess that's what they say in the plane. I don't know what's up with these guys. The gatekeepers. I don't know what's in our future, but thank you guys. Stay safe and stay smart. Until the next time, later.